If you're a big swim team and you like to order a lot of gear, maybe you ought to check out Swim Outlet Team Division for these reasons. Swim teams receive a 10% discount on bulk orders. Swim teams or organizations get an 8% commission on referred sales. You'll also like their customization services, which is affordable and available at all times during the year for all team gear. With over 50,000 items in stock, you can get most anything you want. Swim Outlet Team Division. You need to try it out. You'll be glad you did.
This is the Morning Swim Show for Thursday, November 15th, 2012. I'm your host, Jeff Cummings. Ous Mellouli will join us in the Finis Monitor in just a few seconds. He won the Olympic 10K marathon swim in July, which garnered him the honor of Swimming World Magazine's Male Open Water Swimmer of the Year. He did very well in the pool, too, getting a bronze medal in the 1500 freestyle in London. And Ous Mellouli joins us now from Los Angeles. Ous, good to see you. How are you today?
Thanks for having me, Jeff. I'm great. Thank you.
Well, congratulations on being named our Open Water Swimmer of the Year.
Thank you. Cheers. That's a great honor.
So you've done open water swims before, notably in Tiburon Mile, things like that. But you know, going from that to the 10K is obviously a big stretch. So when did you decide to make this commitment to swim the 10K?
Yeah, I've done a couple open water swims, but they were really just for fun, and you know, it was just a chance for me to go to exotic places and get in the water. But we started thinking about the 10K as one of my main events about this time of the year, about last year, and we planned a couple races. I did the 10K in Cancun for the World Cup, and then did the qualifier in Portugal, and I won that one. And my third main 10K was the Olympic Games one.
So why did you decide to add the 10K to your Olympic program?
Honestly, I thought about it for the last couple of years, but the FINA program doesn't allow me to do that during World Championships since the 10K happens before the swim events. And obviously, for me, the swimming events are important, if not more important than the 10K. So the Olympic program allowed me to do both, which is why the main reason why we chose to do the 10K. So I took care of the pool business first, then jumped on the 10K after.
Well, obviously worked very well on both sides of that. Now, talking about all these adjustments, once you started planning that you wanted to do the 10K and you talked with Dave Salo and Catherine Vogt there at USC, was there any major adjustment you had to make to your training?
Not really. Obviously we focused more on the swimming side of our training, and then the training part for the 10K that we did was basically the strategy. I knew I was putting in a lot of work in the water, and I was going to be in the best shape of my life, and I think I thought I would have enough speed to close the race. So we weren't worried about the fitness part of things, but more worried about the strategic decisions that we were going to make during the race. And that's why we chose to do a couple races before that. And Cancun was the best chance for me to try those strategies and set up a solid strategy for my my qualifier in Portugal. I made all kinds of mistakes in my first 10K, and I learned a lot from it and built from that.
Yeah, you know, obviously it's not just like jumping in the pool, doing even like 100 freestyle or anything like that. But 10K, obviously 2-hour swim, a lot of things coming into play. Now let's talk about that 10K in London. You hung with the pack for most of the race, almost like 90% of the race, and then you just kind of broke away and had everybody chasing you. Is that the kind of strategy you were going for, or did you have to make some changes to that?
That was my pre-race strategy, and that's what I was hoping to accomplish, and things worked perfectly for me. Yeah, the key for me was to stay in the pack and stay away from all the physicalities as possible, even though it could get tough during the turns and the start. And I had the worst position in the start. I was number 25, so I had to like make a move from the beginning and join the pack. But the course in London was pretty good. The sighting, I didn't have a big problem with the sighting, which could be a problem in different races. But yeah, that was it. And then we decided to not feed. I think I didn't feed in the fifth lap, and made my burst move in the fifth lap, and try to hang tough for those last 3Ks.
Now, something that kind of interested me watching that race is, like you said, you were very new to it, and you were going up against a lot of established swimmers like Thomas Lures, who's kind of revered as a legend in the 10K. Did that, knowing that you were going up against some veterans, did that concern you at all, or did it motivate you even more?
I think, yeah, we studied the competition. We talked with Catherine about the 2 or 3 guys that we thought were going to be a threat. One of them was Thomas, the Canadian kid, and one more swimmer, the Greek swimmer too. But I stuck to my strategy, and I didn't worry about the other swimmers. And I thought, if I felt good and there was an opening, I was going to make my move and just commit to it. I didn't even look back, and that's exactly what I did.
What was going through your mind when you realized that you got that gold medal?
Holy cow, this is amazing. No, the great thing, not a lot of people know this, but the great thing about my 10K is obviously I got my medal at the pool, and I was super excited about my bronze medal in the 1500 because I overcome a lot of tough moments in the last 2 years. I didn't medal last year in Shanghai for the first time since 2003 in the World Championship event, and I was struggling with shoulder injury, struggling with back injury, and to overcome all of that and come and compete at the Olympics and make that bronze medal happen for me was amazing. And then 2 days before the start of the 10K, I went and did a warm-up swim and tried the course a little bit on the Serpentine, and I felt like crap the next morning. I had fever. I was in bed for 48 hours. I didn't even go and watch the women's race. And then the morning of the race, I was still feeling sick. And that was huge for me to overcome sickness and all these injuries and win that gold medal. And it was the first gold medal for my country as a free country, and I'm super proud of it.
Yeah, I didn't know that you were sick the day of the race. It definitely puts a lot of, I guess, interesting perspective to it. So you won the Olympic 10K in 2012. You won the 1500 in 2008. Which of those gold medals means more to you?
I think my second one. 2008 was amazing, beating one of the best distance swimmers of all time, if not the best one. 2008 was great. But London was extremely special for me. It's the medal that I wanted to dedicate to the Tunisian Revolution, to my new country of Tunisia, and I'm extremely proud of it. So I'm gonna have to go with a 10K.
Well, that makes sense. Now, is this a one and done deal, or are you going to continue with open water racing?
I think I'm continuing. I just came back from the Cayman Islands. I've been doing some traveling and trying to stay in shape and trying to do fun races. So I'm continuing to discover the sport, and I really enjoy it. I think it's a unique experience for a swimmer like me to go around the globe and swim in different oceans and enjoy nature out there. And it's absolutely a unique experience. I've been enjoying it. I'm doing the King of the Ocean in Brazil next month. So it's keeping me excited about the sport and keeping me motivated to stay in the water and stay in training and enjoy traveling around the world.
Well, that's great. Now, as you mentioned, you had a kind of a rough couple of years in 2010, 2011, had some injuries that kept you off the medal stand. What enabled you to get past all those and do so well this year?
I think it was just a mental drive. It's all a mental game. It's all about waking up in the morning and knowing if you still have an injury, you have to overcome it, and it's going to be part of your routine. So you got to do your rehab, you got to see your physio, and it just becomes one more thing that you have to worry about. Obviously, you have to log in the mileage, you have to do everything right in the water, but also you have to take that same kind of commitment outside the water and take care of your body, especially at this age. And it just requires a lot of mental toughness and a lot of patience. And you know, it's tough when you wake up every morning and when you're doing sets every morning, when you're trying to get ready for the longest event in the swimming program. Because every repetition you feel that pain hitting your shoulder. Every time you're in the water, you feel that pain. So like I said, it's been a tough 2 years, especially mentally. but it takes a lot of dedication and organization to overcome it.
Well, I think that definitely came into play. Like you said, you were sick the morning of the 10K, so I think that definitely was a testament to all the hard mental work that you've been doing. You're 28 years old now. I mean, let's be honest, it's kind of up there in terms of age for a distance swimmer. Obviously, a lot of sprinters have been going on to their 30s. Are you planning to go to Rio 2016?
That's the idea. Yeah, I think I'm gunning for 2016. For right now, I've been I kind of lift my foot up the gas a little bit, so I'm just doing once a day workouts. I've been traveling. I went down to Florida to check out what Lochte and Dwyer and Coach Troy do down there, and went to the Cayman Islands, did that swim. I'm thinking about traveling down to Australia and hanging out with Coach Boley down there. And I'm going to be back in grad school here at USC next January. So there are a couple of things that I'm really excited about and looking forward to try that I haven't been doing. And yeah, I honestly don't feel like I'm 28 years old now. I mean, I'm still excited about the sport. I still love to compete, and I still love grinding and making it hurt and doing all that mileage and training. So I'm up for 4 more years.
Well, that's good to hear. Now, what are you going to be studying in grad school?
I'm finishing up my master's in athletic administration and sports management at USC.
Okay. Do you kind of have a career idea in mind for that?
I mean, obviously, I would love to be involved with promoting sports, and especially swimming in Tunisia and the Arab world and Africa. I think that's something that I'm definitely excited about, and raising awareness about the Olympic movement back home. So definitely staying involved with the world of sports, and hopefully having a career on the side too.
Well, speaking of Tunisia, everybody knows what's been going on in your country the past 2-3 years. With all that's been happening, how has your accomplishments this year been celebrated in your home country?
It's been amazing. Coming back home has been a true blessing. Everybody's just been super proud, and everybody watched the Olympic Games, and they were super happy for me and super excited about what I've accomplished. So yeah, I spent 6 weeks, and it has been the longest time I spent back home in the last 10 years, and I enjoyed every single minute of it. It was great.
Has this done anything to kind of boost the exposure of swimming in Tunisia?
Absolutely. I think if you look at the statistics of the number of swimmers that have enrolled in Tunisia, it's tripled the numbers. We still have an issue of the number of pools. We only have 2 working 50-meter pools in the whole country, and we hope to build some more pools so kids out there can practice the sport that they love.
Yeah, pool space definitely is a must. Well, Ous, thanks so much for joining us. Congratulations again on everything you've done this year. We're looking forward to seeing how well you do in the next 3.5 years.
Thanks for having me, Jeff.
All right.
Have a good day.
All right, we'll see you down the road.
Thank you.
So that's Ous Mellouli joining us today in the Finis Monitor. We urge you to pick up a copy of the November issue of Swimming World magazine to read more about our picks for the male and female open water swimmers of the year. And that'll do it for today's Morning Swim Show. I'm Jeff Cummings. Thanks for watching.